Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Taurus, December 13, 2022. Your interests in issues of money and security run high today. You gravitate to familiar situations, attempting to make the best of what you already have. Getting secure, grounded, and centered can be an essential priority. You're also coming up with great business or money solutions and methods. As the day advances, you're more interested in putting your feelers out and gathering information than specializing. Nevertheless, a step-by-step approach is still in order. Pacing yourself is an important strategy today and tomorrow. You've likely noticed how there's a slightly slower wavelength to the universe at this time. This is because your planetary ruler, mental Mercury, our cosmic messenger of the mind and communication, is ready to take a nap in your solar 8th house. On the one hand, you could be noticing delays around assets, settlements, and investments concerning you and your spouse, or that you and your lover aren't connecting as sweetly as you normally do. A retrograde phase in December and January will cause you to review these things. So, for now, keep your wits about you and decide if there's anything you must immediately speak up about. Let them hear you roar. As the moon enters confident Leo, you may feel remarkably self-assured with your communication skills. Given that the moon's energy will be booming, you may notice that you are speaking louder than usual. Your communication style is expressive and colorful, allowing you to stand out in conversation. Coworkers may seek you out for a pep talk or a creative take at the beginning of your workweek. Although this is fairly positive, try not to let your ego get in the way of a productive work conversation. While there is no planetary activity in your income sector, as the moon leaves today, this will leave you with more than just a sharp nose for money and with plenty of support. This has left the forces that will remain active on the job and career fronts with a sense of where the money is that can keep the rest of this professional year moving in a lucrative direction. The satisfaction that comes from following through on your own intentions is a feeling no one else can give to you. Having the courage to make yourself the priority will enable you to learn this valuable lesson. Have you made clear choices about your exercise routine? Or have you found yourself unhappy in what you have tried? As long as you are actively pursuing this vital avenue of life, it will become easier to put yourself first in other situations, love and work, to name just two. Consider sharing your artistic abilities and love of creative expression with a group of people today. The essence of this day greatly encourages this kind of giving, and in your case, there is so much you have to offer. If you have one art form that is well developed, have you ever considered teaching an online class? Not only can this be an excellent way to supplement your income, but it also can be an effective means of further developing of your craft. The best teachers are those that are passionate about what they do. Give this some consideration. Just days after clashing as a full moon, the moon not only returns to your communication sector today, but just as the sun moves into his final 10 days in your relationship sector. It wasn't just the full moon but the sun's clash with Mars in Gemini at the same time that may have created some personal and/or relationship tension, though getting any balance issues between your personal and relationship needs out in the open in one fell swoop. The moon returns today to give this a voice and to restore some harmony. What a difference a few days can make. Just days after clashing as a full moon, the moon not only returns to your communication sector but just as the sun moves into his final 10 days in your relationship sector. This will put the sun and moon back in harmony, something that will do more than just make it easier to give your emotional responses and relationships a voice. Our eyes in the sky. The moon opposes Pluto this morning, so set boundaries with anyone who is confrontational with you. A lot of uncertainty could hang in the air, and we might feel as though we're unclear personally and collectively. Avoid being reactive right now. A small argument could lead to a big disagreement. Made to feel welcome and easily accepted by everyone you meet, make sure to return the love received in equal measure, and you're able to win over people who become lifelong friends. With such a welcoming and positive attitude toward the people you meet, there is even a chance that you discover the one love interest that previously eluded you. Amazed at how easy everything seems to be, use this opportunity to tackle or conclude as many issues as possible and be prepared for more stressful or difficult circumstances that may arise in the future. Counting on the support of those you know, it's important to reciprocate the kindnesses you receive, to be sure of getting any further help. The afternoon has us in a much calmer mood, though there's a brooding intensity to the vibe, so you might need to be mindful of your attitude. Be sure to release any frustration from this morning so you can make space for happier times. You're not getting as much done as you need to, and letting things slide. Although this makes you popular and fun to spend time with, you let some people down when they need a more practical involvement, or when problems need to be solved. Or else, instead of getting important things done, you're far too easily distracted by trivial matters. At nightfall, a supportive energy gives your psychic senses a boost, so be sure to connect only with people who have good intentions toward you and want to help raise you up. This evening is perfect for psychic dream work, so ask the other side to bring you messages as you drift off to the astral realms. In the morning, the Cancer moon opposes Pluto in Capricorn, stimulating an uncomfortable reconciliation with our shadow. Emotional tides tug buried matter out of our psychological depths. Confrontations with family or partners may provoke irrational or possessive behavior. However, it is just as likely that we will project turbulent feelings onto others, accusing them without cause. Behind these irrational impulses are fears of abandonment perhaps, or of being manipulated. If you feel anxious, try not to leap to worst-case scenarios. Where friction occurs is mostly you that is to blame, and this is where any criticism lies. Your temper makes you feel as if people are constantly trying to obstruct you. Work out what you want and tell your loved ones how much they mean to you. To enable you to feel more relaxed, you need to make some compromises. Problems you face are difficult to overcome when in your effort to solve them you still use the same approach. Change your method. Come up with a new strategy and don't allow others to change your mind or alter your plans. A solution is totally within your grasp. With self-confidence, you overcome any intractable problems and take charge of the situation. Later in the morning, the moon trines Jupiter in Pisces, offering a burst of much-needed positivity. Although this aspect will not necessarily calm the anxieties born of the Moon-Pluto opposition, it will help us to escape Plutonian tunnel vision. This difficult cosmic weather will soon pass. Most significantly, the Moon-Jupiter trine allows us to talk honestly with others. We are not in this struggle alone. Nor is it our job to suppress our emotions or prioritize another's comfort over our safety. In addition to improving our relationships, this influence enhances our sense of connection with spirit, source, or the cosmos. The moon then begins a short void of course, suggesting we spend the next hour in a space of reflection instead of initiation and action.